Hello everyone, this is Immaculate with Gamey Daddy, and I'm here with another video from Tom Clancy's The Division 2. So today Ubisoft has released some more information regarding the private beta, and I just wanted to quickly put it out there and say that this is, in my opinion, the best execution of a private beta announcement anyways that I've actually seen in a long time. Or a beta, whatever it is you want to call it, private beta or a beta. And even though you guys know my stance on Ubisoft's 7-day early access, whatever thing, I just wanted to say that they're one of the companies that actually allow for content creators to freely use their material, their IP, and some of their license products to make videos without any kind of restriction on YouTube and places like Twitch. So we need to give credit to where credit is due, and their business model, they want to stick with it. I hope that as they're sticking with this business model, they actually put together a polished and a wonderful game. Anyways, let's talk about the content that we have here for PvE. So for those who may have been questioning, why Ubisoft has not announced any PvE game or any PvE content, it's because they announced right off the bat that they were going to come into their Division 2 release with an end game in mind. So they're going to start with the end game, and hence PvP, which is one of the aspects of the end game, and then they're going to start to roll out all the content and all the information that was behind the entire game. So here we are. The private beta has released pretty much all what we're going to see, the activities that we're going to see once we start. So we're going to have some main missions, 2 main missions. We're going to have some open world activities. We're going to have some dark zone activities as well, and end game activities. In my opinion, I just want to say that this is actually the way to go. So if any company is looking towards doing a beta, I know there's another beta for another game coming out. I'm not going to mention the game this weekend. And so I hope that they have something like this for their own fans and people who are actually, kind of projecting to see what they're going to bring out. But I think so far, Ubisoft and Massive is on the right track. So what we're going to have is we're going to have missions from the Grand Washington Hotel. We're going to have a mission from the Jefferson Trade Center. And we're going to have some open world activities with 5 side missions and some control point activities. So the 5 side missions are going to be in these locations that are listed here. So the Empire Autumn Hotel, the Martin Luther King Library, where we go release some hostages, I'm guessing, National Archives, the Mustang Court Rescue, and some bureau headquarters. Now, I'm hoping that these side missions are just more than just releasing and freeing hostages to get some XP and get some specific perks unlocked in our base of operations. Now, we're also going to have some control point activities. I really don't know what these are. Perhaps maybe unlocking these control point, because from this picture I see I see the White House, and so probably trying to take over this control point before we go establish the base of operations. Perhaps that's what I think it is. Also, we're going to be seeing ourselves in the Dark Zone East. If you want to go in the Dark Zone, I'll be running into the Dark Zone for a little bit, but I'm pretty much in all of this place, trying to make sure, the open world is all set, kind of exploring those things. So I'll be running around here very much. And then some skirmish PvP for all those who want to enjoy PvP. And then we're going to have actually an endgame mission. So if you play the Division 1, we had incursions, and so these incursions were endgame PvE content that we actually did and farmed for gear. Now, some people, pretty much spoofed this thing in the beginning of the game before we got some patches, but I'm hoping that this is actually is going to be dropped airtight, where no one is going to be spoofing this stuff. But I want to really see what the endgame missions look like, and this is probably what's going to be the makeup of the raids, and if maybe we're going to have incursions. I don't know what we're going to have, but I'm really excited for this stuff. Like, this is the stuff that's got me really happy. And then we're going to be able to try out our specialization. So the Division has moved away stylishly from being a very skill in the sense of RPG skills based game to more of a tactical RPG shooter. I don't know if there's a difference between what I'm saying, but for those of us who've played the Division 1 and those of us who are seeing the way the Division 2 is actually coming along, we're probably going to be doing a lot more shooting and a lot more other things. Like in the first Division game, you could mount a whole bunch of skills and skill sets and really make your way through missions using a lot of these things, and they did make the game kind of cool, in my opinion. But I think the developers are trying to move far and far away from all of that in this new Division 2 game. And so far, what I'm seeing is a lot of gunplay is going to be coming along. I mean, they changed the whole signature skill aspect into weapon-based specializations. I mean, nothing else is going to give you a clue that you're going into more of a weapon-based game than anything else. So you'll explore parts of 7 named dark zones. Wow. each possessing a specific level range to indicate difficulty as you traverse the world. And so the White House is also going to be serving as a base of operations. Woohoo! Some people really predicted that would happen. I predicted that DC was where the Division game was going to be. I put my whole channel's, the reputation of my channel on there. Nobody else wanted to predict that on YouTube, but I did anyways, and it was DC. I didn't know, but it happened to be DC because it was just a natural progression. It wasn't like I hacked some kind of like cryptic nonsense. It was just sitting right there in front of everybody. Downtown East, Federal Triangle, the Smithsonian, Final Epiphany, and then the 1040. So also we're going to get Dark Zone East, which is the largest of all the 3 Dark Zones. And here the article says players will utilize long sightlines in overgrown governmental parks, and you will acquire the DZ East introduction mission from Sene Ezera, which is the new Dark Zone NPC in the base of operations. What? Okay. Maybe there's like an agent that we're probably going to be discussing Dark Zone logistics with, and after completing Jefferson Trade Center, which is open mission 2, the main mission 2. Now, completing this intro mission unlocks full access to the Dark Zone and its features. There's also a link here for you to click the missions to also go ahead and see the features, to go ahead and see all of that. And then in addition, a variety of control points, which are living world activities, and conflict PvP, which are all going to be in the private beta. So here is the release cycle for the game. So pretty much preload starts February 6th at 1 a.m. Pacific Standard, and then by the 7th it starts and then ends the 11th. And then for your own time zone, if you're in Europe and Japan or in Asia, these are your time zones. So Endgame, we are excited to announce that the private beta will also feature a portion of the Division 2's Endgame. After completing Jefferson's Trade Center for the first time, you will gain access to an Endgame mission that unlocks 3 level 30 characters on your account. Upon logging in with one of these characters, the Endgame mission will begin. Each character is equipped with a different specialization, so feel free to find your favorite. Please note that this Endgame mission will be available starting February 8th. So that's not going to drop on the 7th, but it's going to drop on the 8th at 5 p.m. CET. And it says, with all that being said, we have a few closing reminders. The beta phase is not under an NDA. So we encourage everyone to capture and share their experiences with the community. This is one thing that Ubisoft is absolutely good at. This is why I based my channel on an Ubisoft game. And this version, well, one of my channels anyways, this version of the game is not final and elements are subject to change. If you do not have access to the private beta, you can pre-order or register for a chance to be selected. I registered, I haven't been selected, so I think I'm probably going to do the one thing that I don't usually do or will not encourage anybody else to do, and I'm going to chalk it up to being a YouTuber. I will probably pre-order. Oh, it hurts. I will probably pre-order this game so that I can play this private beta. And let me tell you why. I had to find a way to justify this. You can call my justification valid or you can call it invalid. So Ubisoft is a company that allows for content creators like me to be able to come in, take their content, present it, and share without any kind of restriction, except when there's an NDA or there's a clause, or, you know, there are guidelines and there are policies that I cannot violate, like trying to hack their software and show people all this nonsense. Straight up, they have guidelines for it as well, and they have a link. So if you're sharing Ubisoft content in a fun way, helping the community, you're actually able to benefit from that. And we YouTubers benefit from that, from YouTube's monetization or Twitch's partnership. And so a company that's given free reign like this, whereas some other companies don't do so, Capcom, they don't allow for you to be able to do that with ease. And, you know, Nintendo is actually removing that kind of stipulation come March. And so there have been companies that have not given this kind of free reign, even though many of them are not enforcing their policies. They have not necessarily clearly stated that you're free to use their content. So at any time, these companies can just turn around and change their policies on us. And so, you know, a company like Ubisoft has actually said, go ahead, share our stuff, let people know about what's going on. In fact, to be very honest, the EA is another company that actually allows for people to do that. So as much as we rag on EA, which I don't even know if there's any redemption for that company just yet, we also know that Ubisoft is doing this and encouraging the community to actually put their stuff out there, which is free. We give them free marketing, no doubt, but they spend millions of dollars developing the IP. So the least I can do as a content creator is get with the program and let them establish a business model. But if they go shady on me, I will happily call them out. And so that is my justification. Plus, my great Danish friend has been bugging me to get this pre-order. So I think with all these forces, I have now caved to peer pressure. Anyways, that's all I have to say. Thank you guys for listening and watching. I appreciate you guys' time and audience. Please check out the link, leave a comment. Let's talk about the PvE information that we've seen. And I guess I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.